So a few months back, I learned that Raph Koster of Ultima Online and Star Wars Galaxy, and Dave Georgeson of Planetside Tribes and Everquest, Next and Landmark. He did like a lot of it for a while. Um, got together and we're working on a new MMO. And Recently I got a chance to play it for myself. It's really early days, like alpha testing, but I want to talk about it. I'm really excited. They invited me and several other content creators to join them I think last Friday for a live stream where they kind of like were showing off the game and talking to us. I have a VOD of that uploaded on Cercella YouTube Cercella Plays if you want to see it. I apologize for the lack of quality of that. I was like I didn't realize at the time, but I was running a fever that day and I'm very distracted. But at the end of this video, I'm going to gonna list the other creators that were there for that live stream if you want to see their perspective of it, because it was a really great discussion, and I'm excited for the future of the game. But let's let's get into what it is. If you are not familiar with EverQuest Landmark or Star Wars Galaxies, um, I um so something that like I really enjoyed about Galaxies, that like just really stood out when I first even like heard about it, is it's an MMO that had non-combat roles too. Like you could be an entertainer or a doctor, or a politician, like there, or like a crafter. There were alternate paths for people that want the multiplayer online experience, but they don't necessarily want it to be fully combat based. And that's the economy was built around crafting mattering long term. So it wasn't a you build a perfect sword and then you never need another sword again. There were systems like item decay and like the resource quality mattered for like crafting a good item and stuff to make like a rich engaging system for people who enjoyed crafting and gathering. And those systems are usually an afterthought in MMOs. They aren't like in the early stages like part of it. The game being willing to do something like that, and in the landscape of the time, this was just before World of Warcraft. This was Everquest was kind of the behemoth at the time. Everquest 1, Everquest 2 uh, came out like a little bit after Galaxies, and then of course Ultima Online was even before that, which like I never played myself. I've only heard tales of, um, and it really it was doing something different than the other games at the time. They were very combat focused, very grindy, very punishing. There was XP loss on death and like a big PvP focus and stuff. So to have a more collaborative centric game was like it really cool. There was a lot of emergent gameplay moments. There was more of a chance to meet and interact and build like friendships with other people in the game, because there were people who just wanted to exist in the world. And that's something that like I feel like is severely lacking in a lot of like modern MMOs, that it feels almost like, you know, um like grouping with strange character like strangers, people you don't know very well, is almost like combative, like um I don't like to commit time to being in a lot of guilds like when I play MMOs because I hop between them kind of at my whim. So I can't build those like long-term like long-term like friendships and commitments. I can only like stay in guilds that don't mind, if you don't show up for several months, and a lot of them will, kick people out for inactivity. Why would they not? Because they want to have an active roster, and that makes sense. But because I don't participate in guild content as much anymore. Uh, I do a lot of just pickup groups where, a lot of people I'm grouping with them for I'm meeting them for the first time to group with them, and that is there's a whole gambit, Sometimes there's people that, are friendly enough and just want to get it done, and sometimes there's people that are like just actively hostile against group members, right? Like it's, you know, so I and some gameplay and system design kind of almost encourage that. Like I I again, I don't want to make this about Warcraft because like I'm excited about Stars Reach, but like the Mythic Plus system, the way that there's one player like depletes a key and there's like a timer to get it done, and these are probably great for people that are more competitive, but it really breeds like kind of hostility and contempt because somebody you don't even know is like making your experience worse and wasting your time. And I just really feel like uh systems where it's at no detriment to you to help other people breeds a more collaborative and friendly atmosphere than the ones that are kind of competition first. I mean, people like what they like. There are people that enjoy challenging themselves, and that they want to be the best, and that's fine. But I mean, there's other people that would help people if it didn't inconvenience them. So I I'm already seeing some of the DNA, like some of the good ideas from Galaxies coming back, and some really cool ideas from Everquest Landmark being brought in. Um, One second. I apologize. I'm trying to get over being sick, but I really wanted to make this video while it's still fresh in my mind. So it's like some of the systems from Star Wars Galaxy is when you are in combat, you have a chance to have wounds, which is like a semi-permanent debuff on your health bar, and in Galaxy, those could be healed by the entertainer profession, which is a non-combat role that would just hang out in a safe camp or in a safe city, and they would dance or play music to heal the wounds of people who were off doing combat, and both felt good, right? Like you felt like you were helping and being a part of the world as an entertainer, and the people who were doing the combat had like a natural kind of respite from just never ending shooting and grinding to like go back to the camp and kind of socialize for a little while. And it's really hard to explain it. It's kind of difficult to even show it, but but you feel it, right? It's kind of like a sense of camaraderie. It's a quiet moment that's kind of built into normal gameplay that starts to just make it feel more like a community. And I think that that's a really good use of an MMO. So I'm excited to see that return. They've already got a bunch of dances and some like fun like music that plays during it. And in my experience, I've played several of the playtests over like a little bit over a week. So I don't know about played probably like 16 or 20 hours so far. And anytime I see another player, it's a good thing. Like I'm never um I'm never like worried they're gonna take my resources, or I'm never like, if if somebody shows up, it's like, oh good, like combat's gonna be a little bit easier because the mobs are a little bit tougher. And I have a better chance at success if somebody else shows up, or we can share each other's camps. So somebody is like running through the world, they see your camp, they can save there in case something happens to them, so they can respawn, and you can heal each other to get rid of like those like semi-permanent combat wounds by dancing for each other. So um even like in the first week, like and some people have been playing the testing a little bit longer, so they're more accustomed to it, but you're already like you want to help each other out. Like when I see somebody show up to my camp, I run up and dance for them to see if they need like any kind of healing, and then I go about my day. It's like it's typing one chat command. It's not a big deal, and it gives me a chance to meet other people that are playing, and it's hard to explain why that's so effective, but it really does breed like a friendlier, more helpful community, and there's a lot of systems like that, like planned for the game. Not all of them are implemented yet. It's early days, but like there's a planned like politician profession where somebody's like whole whole existence in the game is going to be organizing the community. There's the update I got to play was the homestead like testing, where there's a fairly elaborate housing system where you can construct out of individual parts a building that you desire, and the players took it upon themselves to to sort of build like the first city. Some people have like their remote like cabin that makes more sense for what they were trying to do, like goal wise for like resource gathering. But like there's already like the early signs of like community building, and that's really cool. It's it's really interesting to see. You can see um some examples of it in videos about the game, or see it for yourself if you want to sign up to do alpha testing, or just keep an eye on the game. But some other some other things that are kind of hard to explain or show, but it's more of just a feeling. There's space, and and even like in the normal gameplay, the movement feels really good. Like there's climbing. You can have combat, or you can have gear upgrades that make movement like a little more advanced. Like there's like a jetpack and like a grapple kind of thing where you can like hover and fly a little bit, and you can move around the world in a way that feels really fun and satisfying. And in space, you're floating, and when you get close to like an asteroid or a structure, there's like this satisfying like snap, like kind of like your gravity boots kicking on. That it just little touches like that feel really good and kind of sell the world. And it's hard to show it, but it feels really good to play it. And like I haven't even gotten to like what I think is like probably the most fun feature so far that I've got to experience. And the goal is for them to have livable world, like living worlds where things are constantly changing, and they're going to have like like weather systems and that sort of thing. But um, players are able to terraform and and that can be so fun. Like you can dig a giant hole to extract resources. There's something called chronoflaging where you can like burn the ground and change the chemical makeup of what can be extracted from there, and that's created like some really like cool movements. I saw I think Redbeard Flynn um reroute a river. Like he dug a hole and like the water moved with him. And one of the first times I got to play, uh the game developers froze a river and we all got to go ice skating. And like you you know, you're like the river's normal water. You have the ability to freeze it, and you can slip around on it, and like the movement feels like really good. You can kind of like slow yourself down if you don't want to just slide completely off. You you can burn down trees or replant them. You can you can build a giant hole and like you can cave yourself in on it if you really want. There like one of the people building a homestead near mine decided that he wanted to have a turf roof, and he actually like dug out the cliff around him and then went and placed soil on top of his player house to give him like a terrain roof. And it looks really cool. It's kind of like built into the hillside now. And these are ideas that like people are doing in the early days, and they're letting us see if we can break it, to try to refine the systems a little bit more. But it's really exciting to see what people can come up with. It was the holidays, so somebody decided to build a giant Christmas tree out of the housing parts, out of like the different lights and walls you can build, because there's like a diagonal wall. And I really kind of look forward to seeing what people can come up with. But in the developer talk, they were saying that there could be the possibility that players can come in and just completely ravish a world, like just destroy all of its resources and like have the need to like go to a new planet. And I think there's going to be a lot of like emergent variety within all of these systems, kind of because you're kind of at the mercy of what other players choose to do. They're trying to like design it in a way that it's not like griefing. Like somebody was able to start a little forest fire in the city, kind of burning down a bunch of trees. You can burn down trees to harvest them with the forestry skill. I'll get into the skills in a second, but they accidentally like just lit a huge grove of trees on fire that somebody had planted, and it's like maybe we shouldn't be able to like grieve people, but you can change the environment in a meaningful way. And I think that that's going to really kind of sell the idea that you're living in the world. It's not like a museum you're allowed to visit. Everything's not a set piece. You can interact in meaningful ways with the world, and it feels like it feels really satisfying to have that level of freedom in an MMO. And like it's hard to explain how good the mining and terraforming in the process can feel, especially since you can add land back too. So you can make a big mountain of gravel, or you can uh, with the homesteading you can pave a road, so you can have like this wild untamed area that you can slowly tame over time. And like one of the players built a bridge out of foundation pieces, and then so like the river went under his house, and then he was able to like build a house over it. And it I don't know. I'm just really excited for the future of the game, and I want to see some of the other planned features. But it just feels like um, I don't know. It feels like it's got a lot of the elements that have been kind of missing from a lot of multiplayer games, and it's one that I'm just really excited to see the future of. I'll probably be talking about it more like later on as the game progresses. But I don't know. I'm just so excited that I got a chance to play it a little bit myself. And and yeah, the also from Galaxies, and I'm not sure about other games. You get better at things by doing them. So like there's a bunch of different skills instead of like a set class. You don't get to know how to do a fireball just because you're a mage, right? If you want to build a house, you have to start by learning how to build a foundation. If you want to be better at combat, you have to participate in combat to unlock other skills. If you want to get better in gathering, like harvesting plants or mining, you need to do those things, and you can do those things and progress. So it has a skill system that works. You get better at things you actually do, and it's good to see that instead of like a hard class-based system. But there will be professions. I'm not sure like how restrictive and stuff that's going to be. It's still kind of early days, but it's really interesting and nice to see like some of the ideas I liked from Galaxies returning. But yeah, I'm I'm really happy that I got a chance to try out the game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it. I'm going. So, if you are interested in seeing more of the game, I've got some of the creators listed that were in the live stream with me and have been doing the alpha testing too. A lot of them are on both Twitch and YouTube. Redbeard Flynn, Controlled Chaos Gaming, Old Man Observer, Nap Yet, Ramen Noodles. There are some more that I am probably forgetting, and I apologize. I'm still like learning everybody's name. You can see the official channel, plays Stars Reach on Twitch, where you're probably going to see a lot more like directly from the developers, and you can like follow the category. And if you want to see if you want to see me like just chattering over playing it, I have streamed some of it on Twitch, and I will probably be doing more of that in the future. And if you've missed that, you can I re-upload my Twitch content to at Cercello Plays on YouTube if you want to just see more of it for yourself. But these there we go. These creators have some great like dedicated videos about the game if you want to see more about like a particular feature more in depth than me just just kind of talking about it. So if you are interested in checking out the game, there are people to follow. Okay. Thanks. Take care.